Hi class and welcome to our first lecture in Organization and Management, which is all about the management concept. So we all know that Mr. Henry C. No, is the owner of the SM Malls and Banco de Oro. Actually, they have other businesses, pero these are their main businesses. And also we have Mr. Tony Tantakyong, which is the owner of the known Jollibee Foods Corporation that includes Mang Inasal, Chowking, Greenwich, and Red Ribbon. Okay, these are some of the tycoons. And then we have also Mr. Lucio Tan, which is the owner of Philippine National Bank. Okay, if you're not familiar with PNB. And also, he is the owner of Philippine Airlines and actually other industries pa. So, they are some of the Filipino business tycoons who are successful in leading the business sector. So, ano nga bang ibig sabihin class ng business? Okay, so technically, no, when we talk about business, technically, it includes different profit-seeking activities because that is the goal of any businesses, which is to have profit. Okay, and of course, no, how do they get profit? Technically, they are providing goods and services that are satisfying, no, the human wants and needs. It could be products or it could be services. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko, no, the main reason for business to operate is the profit, no, or the income they receive. Kasi if they will not have profit, then technically they will turn into bankruptcy, right? So, kaya talagang yun naman talaga yung pinaka-purpose ng business, no? Kumita. And sabi nga dito, the philosophy of the business is to render comfort in the form of products and services to customers. If we're going to think of it class, no, yung sabong ginagamit natin, the soap, 'di ba? It provides benefits to us. It could be pampaputi, of course, na pampakinis, no? What else, no? Let's say the shoes, 'di ba? That we wear. So it provides comfort when we are walking, plus it provides this distinguishment, no, na pangporma. So yun yung mga binibigay ng products at services. So punta naman tayo class dun sa word na management. Ano bang ibig sabihin ng management, no? So management is basically, sabi nga dito, harmonizing and administration of people, tasks, and function with an organization to work effectively and efficiently. From the keyword manage, ibig sabihin nun, dahil namamanage mo, no, yung mga tao, yung mga kailangan gawin at yung mga na-monitor mo if nagagawa nila yung mga functions nila or responsibility nila, ay nagpo-produce ito ng result. So, speaking of result, no, that is effective. Kasi nga, you can meet the desired result of an objective. Kunyari, no, you were able to achieve the sales quota. Okay? Kasi that is the common goals, no? One of the common goals of a business to achieve sales quota. If your target sales is 5 million in a month for your store at naka 5 million ka at higit pa, it means that you're effective. On the other hand, pag sinabi namang efficient, ito yung meeting the desired result with less resources or in less time. Let's say kung ang target date natin para ma-meet yung quota is in dun sa 31st or 30th of the month pero 29th of the month na-meet mo na siya. you are efficient. Ganun din, kung na-minimize mo yung mga expenses mo and the cost, no? Kung dati gumagastos ka lang or nag-spend ka lang for your operating expenses, let's say ng dati 4 million, tapos nagawa mo siyang 3.5 million, and your sales, no, is 5 million. So lumalabas na, 'di ba, kumita ka ng 1.5 million. So on my perspective, no, profit is more on the efficiency side kasi nga hindi naman yung sales, no, yes, pag nakabenta ka kay customer, that is you're being effective. Pero when you try to lessen the cost, the resources, and you maximize your profit, that is efficient. So this is another example. A person finished the task within the day as instructed to him. If he has done the task within the day or lesser, then he is considered as efficient. But if he finished the task more than a day, yes, he could be effective but not efficient. Time element and resources as most are mostly consideration for the efficiency. So overall, it is believed that being effective plus efficiency is equals to good management. So let's proceed now sa mga management features. So first is, no, is the word process or process. So sabi nga dito, no, it is a systematic way of doing things. Always remember, no, when you're going to do your activities or you're going to do such work, you have to follow a certain process so that it could produce better result. And then, no, one of the features of management is it utilizes resources efficiently. So we already talked about this already na nakakatipid tayo tapos nalilesen natin yung resources with good management. And of course, no, another feature of management is it achieve a stated goal. Okay? Kung saan, ano ba yung goal natin? To, let's say, to expand our products and services, to satisfy our customers, to expand our business to multiple branches, no? So, this could be some of the goal na pwede mo ma-achieve pag okay yung pagmamanage mo. So, we have 7 M's of management. We have the man, money, machine, materials, method, measurement, and marketing. So, of course, no, in every business, kailangan natin ng manpower kasi without the manpower, who will do the responsibility or the functions related to the business operation? Kung yan ay restaurant, sino magluluto, sino magsaserve? If of course, if there's no money, then we cannot able to pay for the salary of our employees. We cannot buy equipment, we cannot buy materials, we cannot buy the building. So money is really one of the important things that you have to consider in management, no? At kailangan na ma-manage natin ang pera. Okay? Of course, we have the machines. Dapat iniingatan natin yung machines natin. Dapat hindi agad ito masisira at na ma-maximize natin yung use nito. Ganon din sa materials. Iniiwasan din dapat natin yung mga wastages. Okay? And of course, yung method, no? The way we will do a certain task. Okay? Let's say when you're going to cook a certain food. So may mga ginagamit tayong methods dyan. When you're going to receive deliveries, no, we are also using methods there. And at the same time, no, we have to manage, no, how can we monitor if the results are already achieved, no, which is the measurement, okay? Kaya nga nabuo yung financial statements. We have the income statement, the capital statement, the balance sheet, no? These are just measurement of what is the position of the business or the company. Nalulugi na ba? Nag-grow ba? Ganun. So, ganun din, no? And even in the productivity, may measurement din yan na kamusta naman yung pagiging productive ng ating mga employees, no? Meron siyang mga way to measure if an employee is productive. Kung sa estudyante, grades is the measurement of academic excellence, but in the workplace, no, in the corporate setting, of course, no, yung mga ang pang-measure natin is the outputs or the results. So it's a different environment. And of course, we have the marketing, which is dapat is na-implement natin yung mga marketing strategies na ginagawa or ini-implement ng company natin. It could be a nationwide or local store promotion. So we have here management functions which are needed in order for a business or organization to operate. So we have 5 basic management functions. The first one is the planning. So when we say the word planning, it involves the process of visualizing the goals the organization would like to achieve, and it starts with the vision followed by a mission. Okay, the vision is what do you want to achieve in the future, while the present is what is your purpose in the present to make the vision, no, to achieve rather the vision. The next one is organizing. Ito yung process of sorting and assigning of human and non-human resources within organization. So, pag ikaw ay nag-organize, dapat properly delegated yung task, ano ba yung mga task na gagawin, at ano ba yung mga resources na gagamitin when you do organizing. The third one is, of course, we have the staffing, no? It is the process of selecting and hiring people best suited to be part of an organization. Sabi nga dito, they are responsible for monitoring people, their function and contribution to the organization. They are also responsible for the growth or any human concerns that affect the organization. So normally, the staffing process is handled by the Human Resource Department. So kaya nga if you're going to look into job advertisement, meron silang mga certain qualification that they are looking for an applicant. The fourth is leading, which is the process of motivating and guiding people within the organization. It includes the process of making people work rather towards the goal of the organization. So, when you are doing the leading, you're actually guiding and motivating your people. Nang sa ganon, ay makakasigurado tayo na nandun tayo, papunta tayo dun sa ating pag-achieve ng goal. And of course, we have the last one, which is the controlling. So, it involves evaluating the human and non-human resource if they follow or meet the standards during the planning function. Kasi pag nagpaplano tayo, meron tayong mga goals, 'di ba? So, therefore, dun sa dulong part, ine-evaluate ng mga managers natin, no, ng top management, or even middle or low-level managers, if namimit ba natin yung mga objectives na yun or yung mga goals na yun. So, dito class, no, sa diagram na to, sa illustration na to, is we are trying to illustrate the types of organization. No, we have the government and the private sector, wherein the government can be divided into corporate or non-corporate, while the private can be categorized into profit-seeking and non-for-profit seeking. So, may mga government kasi no that their purpose is to generate income. So, they could be considered as government-owned corporation. While of course, there are non-corporate, which is like for example, the Department of Education, which provides public service to the community. Okay? Ganun din sa private sector, we have the profit-seeking, which is the normal businesses, and also we have the not for profit. Ito yung mga non-government organization or mga NGO na yun tumutulong no sa community. They are providing free services. Pero yun nga yung kumukuha sila ng donation also from either government or from the private institution. So here, no, I just forgot, no, organization is a group of people banded together with common goals and objectives. So typically, it is formed due to the reason of human satisfaction and security. Whether you are in the government organization or private organization, no? Kunyari, nag-apply ka sa SM, that is an organization, private organization yun. But when you apply, let's say, in Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR, that is a government organization. So let's proceed with the types of management. So sabi nga dito, no, an organization is required to have key people. Okay, and one of the key people is of course the managers. Okay, they are the one who is technically no responsible for the supervision, sustaining, and responsible for the overall welfare of the organization. So si manager, normally, ang iniisip niya hindi pang sarili, pero kung ano ba yung makakabuti sa organization. So that's how a manager should lead no an organization. So sabi nga dito sa statement, as the organization becomes complex, the number of managers is renamed and given specific roles and responsibilities to divide the complexity of an organization. Uh, this is necessary to maintain the effectiveness and efficiency of achieving the goals and objective of organization. So, syempre, no, habang lumalaki ang organization, let's say SM, diba? Jollibee, yan, yung mga big companies, San Miguel Corporation, hindi naman pwedeng iisang manager lang yung naka-assign, diba? So, normally, maraming mga managers per department, per area. Nang sa ganun ay na-maintain natin yung effectiveness and efficiency nung business natin. Kasi kung let's say you're the manager, tapos isa ka lang manager sa 10 branches, wala kang mga other store managers, then possible hindi mo ma-monitor lahat nung mga nangyayari dun sa mga businesses mo. So let's proceed with the characteristic of organization. The first characteristics is the word what we call coordination. Kung saan when you say the word coordination, ito yung harmonize and synchronize yung direction ng organization. Okay, isabi ng harmonize is kunyari dalawang department, no? Nagkakasundo sila, no? They are working together to achieve a goal, whether to yun nga, achieve a sales target, to minimize the expenses, to achieve the target profit, 'di ba? To implement a certain project, no? So this could be some of an example of how coordination is important sa isang organization. Ganun din, no, kailangan may common goal, no? Every member of the organization has a common ground for joining or staying within the group. Kasi hindi naman pwede na sa isang organization kayo, pero wala kayong common goal. Okay? For instance, no, when I used to work in Jollibee, no, their goal or their vision is to be the number one quick service restaurant in the Philippines. No? That is the common goal among the different that is one of the common goals, no, na meron ang bawat member ng employee sa Jollibee. Okay? And of course, we have the division of labor. Sabi nga dito, every member of the organization has a role or responsibility to be portrayed and executed. For instance, no, if you are assigned as a cashier, your responsibility is to take orders, to give change, no, to the customers, to assemble the products, no. But if you are in the kitchen and you are handling a certain station, your responsibility is to cook the product, no, not to take orders. So that is an example of the division of labor. Also, we have this what we call command level. So when you say the word command level, ito yung parang merong hierarchy of people that leads the other members. Okay, let's say on the store level, normally sa mga sa mga companies to, if they have a store, no, in different malls or different cities, meron talaga diyang parang head, no, or store head or store manager. Okay? And aside from that, no, may mga support services yan or support department. Let's say the engineering department, no? It is being led by the engineering head, no? Or the manager of the engineering department. So, iba't ibang hierarchy, no? Iba't ibang na level of managers ang nagko-command, no, doon sa mga level na yun. Okay? Tapos, let's say sa mga store managers, they are being monitored by the area manager. Okay? Kasi nga, kung ang yung store, minomonitor niya yung isang store, pero yung area manager, minomonitor niya yung multiple stores. So, ganun yung command level. So we have here different terms, no? Of course, we mentioned already manager, pero this is another example of a definition, which is a person engaged in overseeing, nourishing, and upholding and assuring responsibilities for each member in the organization. That's why, no, pag ikaw ay isang manager, talagang kailangan tignan mo lahat yung nangyayari, no? Hindi pwedeng hindi mo i-monitor lahat ng nangyayari dun sa iyong department or dun sa iyong hinahawakan na team. And of course, no, the managerial roles are the different roles portrayed in various level in the organization. Kasi as manager, iba't ibang department yung hinahawakan mo. Let's say, iba kasi yung role ng human resource manager sa marketing manager. Ganun din, ang finance manager is different from yun nga, the head of the engineering. Okay? So, ganun din, operations manager is different, let's say, from the, let's say, the business development department. So, yun yung mga parang example ng managerial roles, no, that they portray, no, different roles in different levels. Of course, no, you need managerial skills, which is technical, human, and conceptual. When you want to become a manager, kailangan mo ng tatlong skills na yan, no? Technical, human, at conceptual. So, let's first focus on the conceptual. Ito yung ability mo to conceptualize plans and strategic ideas. So, ito, mas ginagamit mo yung isip mo, no, when you are doing conceptualization. That's why, as a student, you are being trained how to conceptualize. You are being trained how to create research. You are being trained how to create your own business ideas, no? Because this is an example of conceptual skill. Human skill, no, is the ability to relate with the people within the organization. It's how you deal with other people, no? How you communicate, motivate, and inspire people in influencing them to follow and believe with the goals and objective of the organization. While the technical skills, no, it's basically the way, no, for you to implement or execute plans, no, into operational function. Kumbaga, kung nakapagplano ka, dapat you should know how to implement that. Okay? And they are communicators to non-management function to understand and be guided on the objectives set by the management. Ibig sabihin nun, as a manager, parang ikaw yung nagiging middleman ng mga rank and file employees, ng mga staff, no? Kasi nga, syempre, dun sa level of the level of thinking of the staff is different from the manager. So, kailangan is you have to simplify everything para maintindihan ng mga staff mo. So, class, no, let's proceed with the types of management level. So, actually, the first management level is the top management level. So, ito yung mga big boss natin in the organization, no? So, they are the one who create and implement strategic and visionary plans for the organization. What they want to happen 5 years from now, 10 years from now, etc. No? And they are considered as the brain of the organization. Okay? So these are the top level management. So normally ang mga positions na tawag sa kanila are the chief operating officers, the chief executive officer, we have the president, chairman, board of directors, board of trustees, no, for non-profit organization, and even vice president. So these are the top management level. The next type of management level is the middle management level. So, technically, they are considered as the tactical managers. No? Bakit sila tactical? Kasi they are the one, no, who middle, no, between the top management and the lower management. No? They are the one who do monitoring and communicating between the top and the lower level. Tapos sila din yung gumagawa, no, ng mga strategies or mga action plans para at least yung gusto ng management ay ma-implement sa lower management. Okay? So, sila dapat align yung kanilang mga action plans base doon sa gustong mangyari nung top management. Okay? And they are crucial positions. They are the one who consolidate the slate on the operational and planning management. So, kunyari, may mga challenges dun sa pag-achieve nung goals set by the top management. Sila yung parang gumagawa ng paraan how to, how to troubleshoot, no? Or how to implement projects na ma-achieve pa rin yung gusto ng top management. Okay? So, yun yung kanilang trabaho, no? They middle in the top and lower level management. So other positions, no, or the positions normally for this one are the general managers, branch managers, department heads, and junior executives. And the last one is the what we call lower management level. Okay, so ako personally, ang tawag ko sa kanila are the frontline managers, no, or the first line managers kasi sila normally yung mas humahawak ng mga staff, no, directly. Normally, no, they are the one who face customers, no. They are the front of the business operation. Kaya nga tinawag silang pwedeng operational managers. But of course, the word operational manager is higher position, no. Pero for the concept, no, for the concept per se, parang sila na rin yung operational manager kasi sila yung nag-i-implement or nagta-translate ng mga strategic plans into action. Kung ano yung gusto ng top level management, no? Middle management, yan, nagmo-monitor sila at gumagawa sila ng action plans para ma-meet ng lower level management. Pero sila talaga yung mas nag-i-implement, no? Kumbaga sa sundalo, sila yung mas sumasabak sa gera, okay? And ayun, no? they bridge the gap between management and non-management employees. Ibig sabihin nun, sila yung parang mas nakikipag-communicate dun sa mga non-management employees which are the rank and file. So, kunyari, may mga reklamo yung mga staff. So, they are the one who are talking to the middle management, and ang middle management will consolidate all the concerns para mapadala sa top management. So now let's proceed with the comparison of managerial skills at different levels. So kung ang level of management mo is top rather, dapat high ang conceptual skills mo. Dapat mas magaling kang mag-isip, no? And ang human skills mo is average kasi nga you are more on talking with your middle managers. While technical skills, since wala ka naman dun sa branch or sa store, low lang yung technical skills mo. On the other hand, the middle management should be average, no? On the conceptual, kasi nga kung ano lang naman yung direction ng top management, yun din yung gagawa na rin din ng action plan or mga tactical plans or strategies, 'di ba? Kaya average. Ganun din sa human skills kasi they middle between the lower and the top management, 'di ba? Technical skills average din kasi nga hindi naman din sila yung front liner or the first line managers. Unlike the lower management, conceptual skills low kasi hindi naman kailangan sobrang mag-isip dahil sila yung more of the follower side, no. Ini-implement lang nila yung gusto ng middle at ng top management. Average, no, kailangan din kasi nga they are also talking or communicating with the rank and file employees. At high dapat yung kanilang technical skills kasi nga sila yung mas hands-on dun sa operations compared to middle and top. So now let's proceed with what we call interpersonal roles, no? So as a manager, no, you have this what we call figurehead, no? Now you have this what we call nominal leadership. Kung saan, yun nga, no, let's say you are the store manager. Yes, you have power, no, over the branch, pero yung pinaka-real power is really from the president of the company. Kasi normally, if you're the store head or the store manager, you are just implementing the rules and policies that was promulgated by the company. Okay? But of course, no, the way you implement it, no, is nagbibigay sa ng influence that you really possess power, no? Pero yun nga, no? As a store manager, your scope is only for the branch, no? You can create strategies, no? That without violating any rules or standard operating procedures. Another element or characteristic of interpersonal roles is being a leader, no? Which is focused on the motivation, kung saan if you're the leader, no, from the keyword lead, you have to influence your people and motivate them to do their best. Okay? So that is one characteristic of interpersonal roles. Also, when you're doing interpersonal roles, you have to be a liaison, no? Liaison is basically mediating, okay? You're trying to middle within the organization, whether it is internal or external. Okay? Kunyari, you're the store manager, may dumating na from government, let's say from Department of Labor Employment. So, yun, ikaw yung uh, coordinate sa kanila. Okay? You're the representative of the branch. When we talk about informational roles, 'di ba? One of the characteristic is the to monitor. Yan. So you have to collect, no, necessary information para malaman mo kung okay ba yung performance ng business. Also, you're the disseminator. So let's say may memorandum coming from the management. So ikaw yung magdi-discuss nito at mag-inform dun sa mga hinahawakan mong tao. And also, you're the spokesperson. If ever your people has certain views and opinions, So you're going to consolidate that, and you're going to uh, give that feedback to the next level manager. So if you're the store manager, you have to get that, you have to say that feedback to your area manager, and so on and so forth. And in terms of decisional or decision making rather, um, one of the characteristic or elements, no, in decision making is when you become an entrepreneur, because you decide on new ideas, no, for your business, na something unique na pwede mong pagkakitaan. And also, one of the decisional characteristic of decision making is resource allocator. Kasi class, you know what, yung budget, no, limited lang yan eh. Hindi naman sobrang dami ng pera ng mga businesses. So they have to allocate budget wisely, no? They have to also do program scheduling kasi hindi naman lahat ng mga gustong magawa ng top management ay magagawa mo siya one time, big time, no? You have to allocate time and resources para, no, ma-implement yon, no, step by step. So you are the resource allocator. And also, as part of your function, no, you could also be a disturbance handler. Meaning, kunyari, may mga challenges or may mga nangyayaring mga pressures, no? Ikaw yung parang nagma-manage nun. Kunyari, may nag-away na staff, o kaya may customer complain, okay, if you're into operation. So, yun yung mga ginagawa mo. So, you have to make, you need to handle those disturbances kasi that's part of the decisional or decision making. So, that's it, class. No? That is the end of our lecture 1.